Celebrities are using their star power to shine a light on mental health, which is not a new issue, but mental health concerns really were exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, during which the CDC reports more than 1 in 3 high school students experienced poor mental health. Nearly half of students felt persistently sad or hopeless. But even before COVID-19, suicide was already reported as the second leading cause of death among people 10 to 34 years old. But now, big names like rapper Megan Thee Stallion and singer J Balvin are using their voices to raise awareness for resources available to their young fans and young people everywhere. Meg Thee Stallion launched a mental health website with links to free therapy organizations and helplines, including a directory for organizations that specifically support Black women and members of the LGBTQ+ community. And Latin music artist J Balvin launched an app to help users channel their emotions into creativity. Now, the app is called Oye, which translates into Spanish as listen, which listening, obviously a key component in understanding ourselves and others around us. Oye's features include an emotional check-in tool with about 100 feelings you can choose from, like disinterested to lonely or anxious or even peaceful, which will then provide the user with content tailored to one's current emotional state. Other features include wellness videos and exercises, a tool for setting personal goals, and generative art you can download that tracks personal growth. So, really fascinating what's going on here. And to talk more about it is Dr. Jessi Gold, assistant professor and the director of wellness engagement and outreach in the Department of Psychiatry at Washington University in St. Louis. Quite the lengthy title. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes, the school itself has a long one. I appreciate it.
Well, it sounds like you're the perfect person to talk to about this issue here. So why is it so important for celebrities to leverage their influence to promote mental health among their fans, among young people everywhere?
Sure. So we live in a culture that stigmatizes mental health, which means that people feel like there's something wrong with getting help, like it makes them weak or there's something inherently just wrong with them as a person. For famous people to come out and say, I've also gotten help, I've needed help, this is how I accessed help, whatever kind of story they want to tell of their own experience, it says, I'm okay asking for help myself. That person looks like me and they're also struggling, so maybe that's what I'm struggling with too. So it both normalizes it and gives you experiences to base your own on to know maybe you need help too.
Yeah, and it certainly sounds like celebrities, notable figures, famous people would be effective in doing that. But these two in particular that we're talking about, Meg Thee Stallion and J Balvin, they're musical artists. So I wanted to ask you about the importance of art when it comes to self-expression. How does art play a role in being able to process these emotions?
For sure. I mean, there's a lot of good data on how like spending time with music or spending time with art therapy can be actually helpful to your mental health. And then if you kind of look across the board with really creative people, there's long been a struggle with mental health issues in creative people. So kind of both go hand in hand, both the struggles and the benefits. So having somebody who's an artist say, hey, I use this as an outlet. Hey, this works for me. Maybe it would work for you. And giving people a place to do that, I think is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's very important, and specifically for the people who might be hesitant to do that publicly. Maybe they can now use these platforms to find a way to express themselves. Now, I wanted to talk to you about social media because it's been well documented. It gets a bad rap a lot of the time for contributing to people's feelings of inadequacy or sad or bullying, that sort of thing. So it might not be surprising. Some people might be hesitant to say, hey, there's an online platform, there's an app I can get that's really going to help me because it's on this device that I associate with these negative emotions. But generally speaking, how useful or therapeutic can it be to have these self-guided apps?
Yeah, for sure. I think social media, you're right, does get a bad rep. It's like it's all bad instead of having any sense of it also being good. So in my opinion, sure, there's data that says that in some capacity, social media can affect our self-esteem, can affect our mood, but there's also data that says people who are depressed that use social media feel more connected to people who have social anxiety and aren't really comfortable interacting with people in public, like social media for that sense. And if you've been around during the pandemic at all, you've pretty much seen how social media can keep our connections when our human ones are taken away. So I don't really ever subscribe to the fact that it's all bad. I use social media myself. I think it has a lot of benefits. And I think if you're a person that finds benefit in it, it's a really good avenue for you to find help, for you to find support. And also, like with the apps, it doesn't necessarily have to be social. Like you can do that on your own. And it's really hard to understand the mental health system in this country, let alone access it. So having something that you can do on your phone, that you can do on a computer to find all those resources at once, I think is really helpful to sort of just put everything together for people and allow them to kind of dip their toe into mental health, so to say, and not necessarily have to go ask someone like me for help all the time.
Yeah, I think that really goes a long way to helping young people who might be hesitant to talk to a therapist, to talk even to their parents or sometimes even their friends out of fear of being bullied. So it's really nice to see these other outlets being provided by these notable figures. Dr. Jessi Gold, thank you so much for coming on to talk to us about this today.
Thanks for having me.